Welcome to Waiting on the Trade, a comics book club for people who can't keep up with monthly comics. I'm Matt Ledger.
I'm Patrick Fitzgerald Fleck.
This month, we're talking about the first volume of Witch Hat Atelier, the magical manga series from Kamome Shirahama. Now, in case you need a refresher, Witch Hat Atelier tells the story of Coco, a young girl who dreams of becoming a witch. But in Coco's world, witches are born, not made. Or at least that's what Coco and the general public have been led to believe. When Coco discovers the truth behind witchcraft, it launches her into a world of fantasy, adventure, and a potential dark reckoning.
Dark Reckoning.
Okay, as was actually, I wasn't sure if we were going to launch into this right away or not, but you brought it up. So, I don't know how to, this manga.
It's manga.
This manga
Mhm.
is beautiful is the first thing to say, but the second thing to say is very much a innocent little girl launches into witchcraft. Oh my god, it's so cute and fun, and the art is beautiful, but at the same time it is not that thing. And in the first volume we're only getting the hints of it. You and I have both read much further, you all the way to what is released in English, me a few volumes behind that. So I was trying to figure out how to write the fact that there is a deeper story, a political story, I think, in
Sure.
this book, which we only really see hints of in this first volume. And we're going to try our best to not spoil too much, despite the fact that we are 11 or 14 volumes deep, I think. But I wanted to put some sort of tease towards that or nod towards that in the synopsis up front, because I think that for me, as the story develops, is actually kind of the most interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff actually,
Yeah.
but I think it's the most interesting part to me is
Yeah.
what is
It's a
happening
more
in the politics
mature.
of witches, which
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
didn't really expect to be the thing when I bought this first volume. I bought the first volume because everyone was raving about how pretty and great the art is for the most part, right? I would buy this, put it on my shelf, and just look at it, and we'll talk about that. You pulled out some double page spreads and some other pages that are just beautiful to look at. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that overall, what keeps me coming back to the story is some of the deeper stuff that's there that I don't think. I'm trying to figure out what the right what is the right age for this story, Pat? What's the right age of reader to give this to?
Probably middle school and up. I wouldn't go much younger than 12.
Yeah, because the magical series that shall not be named, right, doesn't really have a ton of
Yeah.
politics in
Well,
it
it
as an
does. Well,
amount.
politics? Sure.
I
I
mean,
was going to say, violence and stuff. The second one of those books gets pretty
that's
gruesome
true.
right
The
away.
second one does get pretty kind of violent pretty fast. So it's probably in that lane as far as when I
I would
would
say,
tell you to give this to someone. It's
yeah,
pretty close, right?
preteens on up, I think.
Yeah.
But speaking as an adult reader, I appreciate that it's there. This book is gorgeous. The characters are very cute. But if there wasn't
No, I don't think I'd
depth
still be
to it,
reading it. I don't think I'd be 11 volumes in.
yeah. There needs to be something and I'm glad it's here. Yeah, I won't say more because, 14 volumes in, but yeah, you see the
So,
first taste of it.
so how did you find this one? Because for me, it was just one of those things that kept popping up on lists and websites and things, and so eventually I was like, yeah, that looks pretty. I'll buy it and I'll see what it's about at least in the first volume. So how did it get on your radar?
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I think, same kind of thing. It was being spoken about on all the different forums and Reddit threads that I haunt. But I think it was Cal's recommendation that got me to buy the digital version of the volume one and really get into it because he was a really big proponent of it. And we had talked about doing an episode with him. Just didn't work out. But yeah, I think that's how I got into it.
Yeah, Cal, if you're listening to this and you're mad at us, it's because I decided that you're too busy, and also I was too busy to get the
Cal,
scheduling sorted
I
out.
tried the
So
last 2 episodes. I was like, hey, why don't we talk to Cal about Witch Hat? He's, no, no,
he's
no,
the short
no,
list.
no, no,
Anyway,
no.
we can always come back and talk about volume 14, man. Like it's fine. We could revisit. I think we haven't done that in a while, actually, of like something we talked about coming back and revisiting down the line. So I would actually be
Yeah,
game for that, but. Um, Yeah, mostly it's on me and the fact that, like I told you before we started recording, it's been a busy 2 months, honestly.
yeah.
So really, it's been the logistics of trying to schedule people. Not into it currently. So you just get to talk to me, Pat. I'm sorry.
You'll make two.
So after you found it, picked it up, read it, like what were your general thoughts? Did it live up to the hype?
Yes, yes, it did. I was invested pretty much immediately. I mean, you open the book, and like it doesn't take more than a couple pages to see that this is something special, and you don't really get that with too many. Like personally, I don't get that unless it's something that really piques my interest. And like this and Delicious in Dungeon, I can think of as the other like one that I got into, and I literally like I bought the first volumes, and I'll go ahead and buy all the volumes that are currently out because I know I'm going to just devour these things. So yeah,
Yeah, like I said, like the fact that I am fairly current is it says a lot because I don't stay current with a lot of manga stuff. Like I
sure,
will very often like read the first one and be like, "Oh, I liked that. I'll check the rest out from the library and like put the first volume in a little free library or something because like I don't have space on my bookshelves for 102 volumes of One Piece or whatever we're up to. So it really has to be something that I like a lot for it to be something that I'm gonna like keep up and
yeah,
actually purchase the physical books for. And I like this a lot, both as a story, as we talked about, but like I think this could be the part of the podcast where we just go off about how the art in this is insane and great. Like I think as far as manga, I think this is the most I'm going to use the word detailed. I guess what I really mean to say maybe
sure,
is like intricate, like line work. Um but it also doesn't while doing that like suffer as far as paneling and pacing and movement. Like it is both very beautiful and very intricate, but like incredibly easy to read, and you could tell why it's becoming an anime,
intention and
if that makes
thought has
sense.
been put into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Like it feels like oh yeah, I was thinking about our discussion of Barrier where I was trying to describe like Marcos Martin's stuff and how it just reads like it's already animated. Like this has the
yeah. Mm,
same feeling to me on a lot of pages. Like there was one spread you pulled out that I think was um the trial to get the plant in the Dada range, like
yeah.
when Coco is like lifting off with the kite that she's like jerry rigged together. That
Yes.
2-page spread where she's just like kind of like taking off into the air diagonally across the page is like so animated and like so beautiful. It's a really good one.
Yeah, there are so many Ghibli-esque like scenes that just play out in front of you. Like I don't need it animated, I don't need color, but it still feels as impactful. It's really
Yeah, I was trying to not drop the Ghibli immediately, but I think it's correct to do
you
so.
can't. It's hard
So,
not to,
yeah.
right? Like, and I'm not trying to like. I think this stands on its own. I don't think you need like it doesn't need the Ghibli comparison for it to be awesome because it just is.
No, I think it is one of those things though where like if you are a Ghibli person, like this is in your lane. Like read this book because
Yes,
you will love
absolutely.
it. For a lot of reasons, like the beautiful artwork for one, and I'll let you pick a couple other double page spreads out potentially, but we can then
Yeah.
start maybe talking about like some of the actual plot and world building because I think we should hit both of those things pretty deep, especially the world building because I know you've got thoughts because you always have world building thoughts.
It's so good, Matt. I appreciate the amount of work that they've put into this because it's you can tell that they aren't just like flying by the seat of their pants. They've actually like thought out how does this world work? How does magic work? How does the world and magic work together or not? And I love a magic system, Matt. I love a magic system that is
I
thought out and explained clearly, and they follow the magic system, Matt.
So we were chatting about this a little bit when I should have been working earlier today. What I love about the magic system is that it is a very, for the most part, simple set of rules, right? Like
Mhm.
you draw some symbols, you draw some like supporting symbols around the main symbol, and you close it in a ring. Like that sounds like there's really not a lot you could do with it, right? Like it's 2 to 3 layers of magic, but within those 2 to 3 layers, there's actually like a lot of intricate play, like even just in this first volume of like, oh, but if I adjust like this part of the seal, actually like I'm going up into the air now as opposed to like
Yeah.
being blown forward with a consistent wind. Or if I like notch this little extra symbol onto the side of my primary symbol, now I put it on my feet and I fly. I think setting up something that is very simple at first glance so like readers can look at it and understand it and get it. Like there's no I don't have to look at a goddamn skill tree or something to understand how magic
Sure.
works in this universe, right? Like you can explain it to me over the course of like 3 pages, which I think is probably about what it is in that first chapter by the time Coco figures out how magic works.
Yeah.
But from there, you can kind of subvert those rules or bend those rules or like add new wrinkles to those rules that make everything unique and still give a lot of room to play and create dazzling new scenes to look at. So I really appreciate that about it, that it's easy to get but deep to play with on a narrative level.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. Do you want to? I don't. Where are we, man? Do we want to keep talking about art? Do you want to
Yeah,
just
I
go through the
thought I
story?
really had a grand plan pad of actually like going through the plot in order, but then you took issue with my intro, so
I don't know.
you derailed me immediately. It's totally your fault and not the fact that I stayed up
Sorry.
too late and didn't brew evening coffee today. Yeah, we could probably take the book in like the plot in order. I think that's a good way to do things from here. I think we've kind of generally gushed about what we like about it from a high level, so we can talk about it in the details at this point.
Yeah.
You want to set us up?
Sure. Yeah. Coco is the daughter of a tailorist, right? Uh,
Mhm.
and just a normal person. And she loves, but she's born in a world of magic, but she can't do magic, but she loves it. She loves the magic.
Magic is genetic, something like that. I don't know.
There
Only
are
witches can
there
do magic.
are witches who do magic, and there are non-witches who cannot do magic. And she wishes that she could be a witch because she loves how wonderful magic is. And she stumbles into Kifre, who is visiting her mother's store, and a bunch of rich nobles are also there, and they flew in their flying carriage. And the carriage gets broken by a couple of young kids poking around where they shouldn't.
They like rub their hairs on the seal,
Yeah, yeah,
essentially.
accidentally break the magic seal by crawling underneath it. And yeah, Kiefer steps forward and says, "Yeah, I can fix that for you." And reveals that he's a witch, and Coco like explodes with excitement that he's actually a witch, and she might actually get to see how magic is done.
He's like, no, I need to go into this barn though.
Yeah, so he takes the seal that needs to be repaired and back into the shop, right? And he's closed all the doors and he's set Coco out to guard it for him. And she sneaks a peek and sees that it's not magic incantations or anything. It's ink with a pen that is making this magic seal.
Yeah, what you think? Okay, so this is like my one hang up with
Yeah,
the magic system slash. I mean, like it's the people don't recognize Clark Kent as Superman conundrum. So like I don't care that much. Like I'm willing to hand wave it for purposes of the story, but like if enough people broke enough seals and stuff didn't work, you think they'd figure out like hey, maybe that's something to do with these seals. Hmm.
sure. But I think it's more, yeah, I guess, more like could a non witch make the seals? Because yeah, it's not like the seal was hidden on the carriage; it was just
No, it certainly
underneath
wasn't,
it.
right? Like, you can definitely see it, like, after those kids bonk their head against it or whatever, like
Yeah,
so, again, this is, like, my minor nitpick with the thing. I don't actually care, like, I'm willing to pretend that Superman's glasses make him unrecognizable. I don't it's fine.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the fact that the seals are the magic. I think it's more that non-witches could make the seals if they
I
had
mean, like,
the
I guess
ink.
you don't have access to the ink also, I wasn't
Yeah,
really thinking about that, so, like, you can't really just, like, fix it
you
back
can't just
up.
write a seal. Yeah,
'Cause the
you need to
magic
have the.
system very smartly does incorporate the fact that only the witches have access to the ink, so there we
Yeah,
go. I solved my own
yeah.
problem, I'm dumb.
Just gotta remember, Matt. Gotta remember.
Yeah, well, explain the magic system to me, Pat, that's what we keep you around for.
So yeah, she finds out that he's just using ink to make the seal, and was it before or after that he fixed it that she tells him that she has a? It was before, right? She was explaining
He
to
mentions it
Kiefer.
before because as he's leaving, he's like, "I didn't get to ask her about that book that she mentioned, and I wanted to."
She's explaining why she loves magic so
Yeah.
much,
Yep, and she
and she
received a
talks
book
about
from
yeah,
a guy in a hat that is
a
similar to the
masked
other hats,
witch.
but not the same as the other hats.
Yeah, and so she has this book of about magic,
Very
and
importantly,
she's
a picture book.
yes, and so she sees that Kiefer is doing writes a seal, and she quickly like gets him out of there and gets her mom out of there so she can go up to her room and test out these seals that she has. And she actually does it because wouldn't you know, that ink that masked witch gave her was actual magic ink.
Yeah, and he gave her a wand, but the wand was actually a pen, so, like, just basically waiting for her to find, like,
Yeah, so like he
somehow
set
figure
everything
out the
up.
secret of like, it was all there all along, it's just kinda, like, waiting for her, and you put this in your discussion notes as far like, for as a question of, like, is it
Mm.
specifically Coco that we're waiting for to figure this out, and if so, why? Or is it just, like, this dude's handing these out and, like, hoping that someday someone or someones will crack the code to figure out how magic works?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know. Like, it would make sense that if he was just sitting there at that festival selling these books and handing out pen and ink to kids, that it wasn't like Coco wasn't
I would
targeted.
think, right? Like, they do get very interested in Coco specifically. The again, this guy who gave away the book is part of a larger sect of witches, which we'll probably talk about a little bit down the line. But like,
Yeah,
they do become interested in Coco specifically. But I think it is only because she is the one who
took the bait.
managed to figure it out. Like, I don't think it's like we knew it was you all along. I think it's she did it, therefore we need to like we are interested in her. So
Yeah, I just don't like if they're. I don't know. I don't quite understand. Obviously, the bigger picture of they're writing a story and it just needs to happen. But like, if you were to get pedantic, I don't know why these brimmed hats don't spell it out more for the
but
kids. Like,
I mean
why
like
not have like a?
for fear of like for fear of reprisal, because like
I suppose.
Keyfree, which is how we're gonna say that, we decided, right?
Yeah, keyframe. Yeah,
Okay. Keyfree doesn't even pay enough attention really to understand what Coco has when she talks about it. So like maybe
yeah,
that's part of the thing is like we're trying to keep it under the radar, but also give other people
sure.
access to the tools they would need to do magic if they could figure it out. Like if they
Well,
can
there
crack
also has
the
to be a
code.
reason. Yeah, there has to be a reason why they're targeting kids, right? Like they're obviously
Kids are most liable to accidentally do something
sure, but
stupid.
like yeah, kids will accidentally stumble into these like horrific. So okay, so going back to the story, she's trying out these spells that from her book of magic, and she finds out these little like flame spells and stuff. They're actually working, and she's ecstatic and very excited, but they're not doing. They don't work well. She's not drawing the symbols
Yeah,
perfectly. And
she's got an unsteady hand, and turns out magic requires steady
perfection.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she realizes that if she puts paper over the book, she can trace the more complicated seals. And she does one. And
Which is like, and this is, I think, just leading into what I think is my favorite trait of Coco throughout the book. And I think when I wrote a blog post about the first volume of this a while ago at this point, but like
sure.
Coco does well at looking what's in front of her and then like doing a lateral move, like figuring out how to like sidestep the rules or like whatever hurdle is in front of her. So like you could practice more and like figure out how to draw the seals better, right? Like that could be one way to do it, but she's instantly like, "Oh, I'm going to trace it because then
Yeah.
I'm perfect. Then I nailed it." And like I think that as a character trait is really cool. And I think it also is good for the protagonist of this book where again, the rules of magic are simple but dense to play within where it makes it really intriguing for the main character to kind of just like have that knack for playing with the rules in a way that allows her to do interesting stuff narratively and get around problems in interesting ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's tracing.
She's tracing a great big seal to see what it does. And uh, meanwhile, Kiefer has been tossing and turning, worrying about this book that she told him about. And he finally realizes the potential danger. And I guess he has flown quickly back to her because right as she completes the seal and the thing blows up in her face, he's there, grabs her, and
Which is
rescues her
another
through the
great set
roof.
of pages. Like I
Yeah,
like the encroaching darkness around Coco, and then Kiefer's hands like very kind of sinister behind her, and then on the next page he's just got those like what I would describe as stereotypical intense manga eyes.
intense eyes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like, child, what have you done? Essentially, or like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's a good.
dynamic lighting as they're escaping off the roof before the explosion of the spell. Very well done. But yes, this spell uh, basically turns her home and unfortunately her mother into like ice crystals. Maybe not ice, but crystals, anyways. So,
Definitely crystals though.
yeah. So she's petrified her mother accidentally and destroyed her home. And Kifre very angrily and upset explains to her that you've broken one of the great rules of witches and you must have your memories erased
Yeah,
because no one
it
else
does
can find
actually
out.
go potentially a little dark. Even in the first chapter, it's like, oh
Yeah.
hey, you have
Well,
crystallized
killing
your
of a
mother.
parent in a very, yeah.
You've crystallized your mother, and also we probably need to erase your memories.
Yeah. Yeah. And then for whatever reason, from some mysterious reason, Kifre wants her to keep her memories because she says that she can remember the entirety. She's memorized the book. And Kifre is really interested in the book and in finding the brimmed hat witch that gave it to her.
Yeah, where it came from.
Yeah. And so he decides to take Coco as one of his apprentices and bring her back to his atelier, which is what they call their witch houses, witch apprenticeship places. Because hats are very important in this culture. I don't know why. They haven't really explained why hats are,
Well,
are so
because
quintessential.
the so this I think this is later on, right? Where like they explain that the quote unquote good witches, which I think quote unquote is doing a lot of work there actually,
Yeah.
um, don't have brims because they don't want to hide their faces. It's like the the reason Batman leaves the like mouth part of his cowl there because he wants people to know he's just a dude. Whereas the brimmed hats have brims because are willing to hide their faces and work in the shadows or whatever. So
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah. So Coco's world is basically turned upside down, but she
and this
is
man is
being.
using her, yes, for his own
Yeah,
ends.
so he's got alternative motives. There's lots of scenes where we see Kiefer talking into a sending stone or something to some unknown person, talking about how no, she doesn't remember, but it's good that she likes magic because we're gonna have to have her confront those forbidden spells at some point. Like there is some sinister, mysterious shit going on with Keyfrey.
Yep.
And you were saying
Yeah.
that your wife Kat was not into him,
Yeah,
probably
so
because
like
of those
part of
scenes.
the because I asked Kat potentially because Kat is usually easy to schedule for these because we live in the same house. If she wanted to hop on this one, and she's just never really gotten into this series, and I
That
think
is surprising to me. I don't know.
most of the reason is like she thinks that the setup with like Kiefer watching over four girls is just kind of odd and weird. But,
Really
like
interesting.
I kind of get that. I mean, like it's a little bit weird. But yeah, I think also part of it is just like the she thinks that, and I've tried to explain to her that like he actually is. She's like he's that good of a dude, and I was like, well, no, not really. Actually, he's got his own agenda going on. Like
I
the
kind
other,
of like that though, right? I'd like that Kiefer isn't just a goody two shoe that was only doing the good for the sake of the good. He actually has depth to him,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Right?
think part of it is just like the overall setup of like grown ass man with four
I mean, there's no like there
young
are
female
some
charges.
manga that would lean into that. There isn't any of that in this.
No, there's
Like there
none
are
of
no
that in
scenes
this.
where
Yeah,
adult men are doing anything untoward towards these young
no,
girls.
yeah, and
So
like theoretically Kiefer has had three apprentices and been cool to them up to this
yeah,
point. Although who knows if he's using them for other purposes. So far, I don't think that the stuff
and
that we've
with
read that he
as
is.
many
But
gorgeous like full art of these cute girls, there's not fan service. We don't see like upskirt shots or anything like. It's
no,
just
which thank
cute
goodness.
girls.
Again, like I wouldn't be reading volume 11 of this thing if
Yeah,
any of that was
for sure.
happening.
So I'm sort of shocked that Kat has that opinion because it's really not that. And I think she needs to read more because we get to find out more about why Kiefer is the way he is. And I think
Yeah,
they do a good job of explaining why he's being so shady in the
yeah.
beginning.
That dude makes some choices down the line.
Yeah. Yeah. And we find out more about his past, and it kind of makes sense why he does the things that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell your wife to give it another go.
I
I
mean,
think
I
she would
tried,
enjoy
man.
it.
Again, she's been busy too, so
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, so
But yeah.
then we get the arrival at the atelier, which is another gorgeous double page spread.
Yep. Rolling hills. Very gorgeous. Very pastoral. And yeah, she arrives. Kiefer introduces him to his other three apprentices, and we've got what Tetia, Riche, or yeah, I never know how to pronounce her name, but I'm gonna say Riche.
Good. I think you're doing better than I would have, so keep going.
Cool, Tetia, Riche, and Agate.
I get.
Yep.
Which one is your favorite?
Of the three other apprentices, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say probably Agate because she has more of a story in this one. Like she has more of a personality, I should say.
Okay, which one is your least favorite?
Probably Tetia in this one. I don't like the thank you, thank you. It gets a little irritating.
Yep, you have guessed exactly as I expected you to. So,
Well, what are yours?
I think I like there's a oh gosh, it's probably around volume 4. There's some good Riche stuff.
Oh,
Um,
if I was saying from just volume,
oh, from
I'm
this
keeping
volume, yeah, yeah,
spoilers
yeah.
away. Yeah.
Oh, that is Tesha. I love thank you, thank you. Tesha's got that positive energy, man. Like she's a doer. She's all about teamwork. Tesha for life.
I found it annoying. I
I
like
get so annoying in this volume.
what? Come
She
on.
doesn't even deserve to be here
She
among
doesn't
us. She hasn't
deserve.
passed the test. I've sent her off into the mountains to die. Like what the hell, Agate?
Hey, I have read and watched enough anime to see a tsundere when they're being put in front of me, okay? You know these girls are all going to become friends. You know it's going to
I mean, I
happen.
understand that, but if we're just straight up talking about this volume, which is what you told me to do,
I do.
you
I
get
mean,
annoying
I
as
think
hell.
even if you didn't read any of the other ones, you read this, I think you can see where Agate and Coco's relationship is
Oh,
going
of
to go.
course, right? It's very telegraphed. It's which is kind of like where I think the most mysterious or like not set in stone one coming out of this volume is cliche. So like, I think that's part of why
Sure.
I appreciate some of the stuff that comes up later. Because the other two kind of both feel like they are a type that I've seen before, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like they have depths too. Also, like I'm that's selling it short, but I think that's maybe part of why I feel the way I feel, especially as the story goes on.
Sure. I mean, out of all the characters in this first volume, I think I like Keyfrey the most.
I think I like Coco the most, actually.
Fair enough.
Again, for kind of the reasons I discussed, where I think she does a good job of entering this world that is completely foreign to her and just like kind of like faking it till she makes it. Which,
Yeah,
even though she's like a preteen girl, like young adult, like I can relate, man. I get it.
I do think it's so funny that as they're showing her, teaching her all the seals and stuff, that like they've never fully considered what not doing a perfect symmetrical seal would do. Like they're all blown away. So okay, so she's there. She meets all the apprentices. Agate is really standoffish and doesn't get along with her at all, and is upset that this girl who hasn't had to go through the training and the trials and like to justify her being there just gets to be the apprentice. So she's all upset about that. Um, Keyfrey goes away. I don't remember why.
He like explains the rules of magic, and by which I mean like mostly he explains
What
don't
you
do
shouldn't be
forbidden
doing.
magic, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
anything to do with the human body. Teleportation that's not like through a portal, essentially, like a door or a window or something.
Right.
Um, and like the only exception is we get to wipe people's minds if we choose to,
Yeah,
which
which is we'll get
terrifying,
into
by the
that
way.
stuff, but
But yeah, then shows her like the Tower of Tomes, which is going to be an important place as we go forward.
yep.
The trial there, so like a little bit of foreshadowing of stuff that's gonna show up.
Yeah, he explains that the tower magically duplicates any book that is created, which is crazy. But that would allow them to actually find that picture book again to find the seal that
Like Coco
froze
knows
her
what
mother.
seal she drew, right? Like she was like, I have it memorized. Like, why do we have to? Why do we have to go find the?
Yeah, that
Why
is
do we
true.
have to
She
go
does say
find the
that I've
book?
memorized it. Yeah, but again, she says I've memorized it, and then he doesn't say, okay, duplicate it for me. He says, okay, so you would be able to recognize it if we were to find another copy of it. So I think Kiefer realizes that an untrained young girl wouldn't be able, like, scribblings of, you've seen what her seals do when
Yeah,
she's
it's
trying.
true.
So I don't know. But yeah, so we get that's going to be the overarching goal is to get to that tower, but there's monsters guarding it or something, and there's a trial that you have to do
Yep.
to access it. So that's what she's going to be working towards, and then
Iframe does
he.
go out of his way to be like, but magic is wonderful because he wants her to stick around and
But no,
not
no,
remember
no!
that
It's
she turned her
happy.
mom into a crystal.
Look at this cool water rose, isn't it cool? And it is, and it works on her.
And then right after that, he goes and wanders off and is like, "Hey, I've
Pulls a
got this girl.
Gandalf and
I've
says,
got
"I
this
have
girl."
business." Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when he leaves, Agate takes the opportunity to try and sabotage Coco because I guess to be an apprentice, to become an apprentice witch, they have to go through the trial of the crown's consent or something like that. The consent of the
Yeah, sure.
crown.
The go get plant from floating mountain range trial.
Right. Which I believe is consent of the crown. Whatever. It's cool names, all right? There's cool names. World building, Matt. World building.
That's
Yeah,
what I
so
keep doing
she
out for to remember the cool names.
you gotta know, you gotta remember. So yeah, she like shoves Coco through the teleport window to this trial area with no preparation. Just says you get 3 magical devices. Here, have some water, have a compass, and oh, you like my flying shoes that you don't know how to use? Here, take them and go do this. Because if you don't, you can't be an apprentice. And she shuts the door behind her. It's like,
Please go
damn,
die
Agate.
in this mountain range,
Damn.
thanks.
Yeah, and we find out that Kiefer is going to like the witch capital city or something, and runs into a fellow adult witch.
Yeah, he goes through a portal, which takes him to a city that is underwater, surrounded by whales, which is super rad.
Yeah, which I love. Like the staircase down to it is on top of a giant like pillar in the ocean. Like you have to go up to go down, which is so over the top. I love it.
And then none of them actually use the staircase anyways, because they all have like
And they'll just like float
jet
down.
shoes essentially. So like, why bother?
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's all
Uh,
good stuff.
and yeah, they're talking about you took on a very surprising apprentice. You always do this or stuff like that. And they say something about why haven't you had her do the trial yet? And he's like, oh, she's not ready for that at all. And by the way, it's the worst time ever to try to do the trial. It's the wet season, which means the it's at the highest height it's
Yeah,
going to
it's like the
be.
highest it's gonna be, so it's like the hardest to get to this plant that she needs to get to
It
that
would
it
be too. It
possibly
would be
be.
a risk to her life if she were to do the trial. Meanwhile, cut back to Coco trying to do the trial. Oh, so
Yeah.
funny.
And then there's like the shadowy stuff too, right? There's a panel on it's like 126 where Kiefer is just like so enshrouded in darkness. He's like, that's not why I made my request. I think it is why he made his request.
Yeah, there are some shots. They're obviously trying to paint Kiefer as mysterious and like maybe he's working with the masked brim cap.
I don't know if I
Like
ever
there's
really
no.
thought he was working with them. I definitely thought he had his own agenda and like therefore cannot particularly be 100% trusted, which I think bears out actually given how things are playing out.
Yeah, I don't know. That one scene where he's talking to someone that we don't know was very suspicious. And like I could see that as him
Oh, I
talking
just
to.
kind of assumed he was talking to the people at the magical whale castle, but
I don't know. I don't know. Uh,
can we
but
circle back
yeah,
quick before we keep going?
sure.
Because we forgot to talk about the magic toilet, which is actually one of my
Oh,
favorite bits of the book. It's like in the opening of chapter 3 before
yeah.
Kefri
It opens
leaves.
with a star field, and we don't know what it is, and it pulls back, and it turns out it's the magical void that they use as a toilet.
I actually really like in this book, and I think this is maybe not the first example, but I think the best example in this volume, like contraptions that are just things we have, but like they're magic versions.
Yeah.
And this is basically like shunt your waste into space wherever it's going. And I really like it. I think the paneling is good too, like you were saying, of it being like, oh look, the magical stars. And then you pull back, and it's like, oh, that's a
Oh,
toilet
that's
actually.
that toilet.
So I don't know. I just thought that was a really fun way to open the chapter, and like another cool look at like how we're gonna use magic in this book, which is not all flame spells and attacking each other and magical shields and like kind of the things you see in
Yeah,
other books. Like this got magical toilets in it.
yeah, and the vapor bulb or whatever it is, the water bulb is really cool
Yeah,
that it
and like that
pulls
continues on
moisture.
throughout the whole run too, right?
Yeah,
Where
you
it's
see
like a
them
lot of
use the
what
gadgets,
like a
contraptions.
lot a
Yeah,
lot of what witches are up to basically is like making stuff that's supposed to help people out in these sorts of ways, and like that's how they make money and also stay useful and keep people from overthrowing overthrowing them and realizing they're being like, I don't know, not like obviously not ruled because there's a separate political structure for like non-witches, but yeah,
yeah.
it's part of how witches like
I don't, do you want to
make
go over
sure.
the whole like Kiefer really like quickly just glances through like how the world has become what it is, and like it's kind of crazy. Like if you
Yeah.
think about it, like he talks about like there was a time where all peoples could use magic and did, and according to him the world was constantly in war and horrible spells were created, and to prevent that and to control magic, a select few quote unquote good people.
Yeah, I was gonna say the few good souls left in the world is like doing a
It's
lot
like
of work in that
who?
explanation.
Yeah, so okay, these good souls decide to band together and become the keepers of magic, and
Take magic away from everyone else.
to do that, Matthew, they have to erase the memories of everyone that is not deemed good enough to be a witch.
Yep.
Ah! It's like the Jedi with their mind tricks.
You understand where the Brim Tats are coming from, is what you're saying.
It's like, oh, the magical ability to control minds, is that, oh, that must be the evil people power. No, that's the Jedi. The Jedi get that
Well,
power.
to be fair, they don't use the power to control minds, even though they technically have it. They only use it to wipe people's memories, and mostly they use it to wipe people's memories when they have learned about magic again.
I don't know. Like, now that might be quote unquote true, which I don't even know if that's true, but I'm just imagining.
Not true, by the way. We know
it's not true,
we
but
see later in the book that it is not true.
but like I'm trying to like the entire world used magic. How do these few good souls, like if there was, oh god, that sounds horrific. Sounds horrific, Matthew.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a nuclear weapons problem, honestly.
Yeah.
In our nice little preteen magical girl book.
Yeah. That's like the dark little nugget to this Madoka Magica kind of stuff. It's like,
Yep.
oh, and this horrific thing that is being couched with like, oh no, it's good. It's all the right people got the power. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Ah.
Yeah, which I actually really like. Again, like I was saying, that is not, this book does not really take that at face value, and it's part of what the book is about, is exploring that concept and the limitations we're talking about within it. Like in this volume, it's like mostly set up as like, oh yes, and now magic is good. But like even in this volume, with the book Coco gets, and then like some of the stuff we get at the end, which we'll get to with the brimmed hat they encounter. You can already see hints of it poking in at the edges, where it's like, we're not gonna actually just leave that lie. Like that is the story you are being told, but it is not.
That is like the big, yeah.
It is not the state of the world as we are going to leave it, and not as everyone sees it.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah. Which again, like I think is part of the reason I'm still reading this bad boy, because that it starts to come up and be very integral to the plot, and like
when they went through, like I was having a good time. I was there with it. I liked like the dark twist of like, oh, accidentally killed mom. I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist. I'm all for that and killing mom scene. But then it got to this like, oh, and the world is messed up. In the world, they're teaching kids these like messed up metaphor. Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then the kids start asking the right questions as we go, which is what the Brim Tats wanted them to do. So, anyways, back into the story we're actually reading.
Yeah. So Coco is doing this trial, which she's wholly unprepared for. And she tries using the levitation shoes, which I don't remember what they're officially called. Sylph shoes, something like that.
Yeah, I believe that's correct, actually. Yeah, she pulls a, like, what's that? It's the first time Tony puts on the armor in the Iron Man movie and just like goes into the wall and gets fire extinguished. Like it's one of those, except she doesn't get to pick back up because she messes up the seals on the shoes.
Yeah, I do like the whole concept of like the idea that there's sealed, like half a seal on both, and you put them together to complete the seal, and it starts
super clever. Again,
very cool.
Like, the rules are pretty simple, but you can extrapolate them out and do pretty neat things with them if you think about it.
So she tries them on and crashes down into the water and accidentally wipes away the seals on the shoes, so she can't use them anymore. And has accidentally like plunged her ink, right? Like the ink in her bag is all messed up too. So she's stuck. She's having a rough time.
Yeah, she's pretty done for the moment.
But then she thinks back, and there was a earlier scene where she's cutting some fabric for Kiefer, and Kiefer points out that he was impressed with her concentration and focus while she's cutting and measuring the material and the long straight lines that she has to cut to cut the fabric for him. And she realizes that, okay, well, I can't draw circles great, but man, do I get straight lines. I just need to craft the similar kind of
And
tools that I'm used to.
switches tools, right? Again, like that's what I was
Yeah,
saying is like lateral moves where it's like, oh, this pen, I cannot use this pen, but like the fabric marking tool, like, yep, got that. Which is wild to me because like I have actually used that because Kat is into like fabrics and making her own clothes, and I've done a little bit of it with her. Like I made some gloves in a class she taught, and like I hate
very
that
cool.
chalk. I hate it so
Oh,
much.
the
Just
marking
so unsteady.
stone.
It's so
Uh,
unsteady to draw with, and assuming this is similar, like I don't understand. I'd so much rather use a pen, but Coco's
sure.
got it.
Her mom has taught her well. But yeah, she realizes that she can use her. She's got skills, not the same kind of skills the witches want to use, but she can use them.
And also adapts the concept where like she accidentally blew a bunch of water at Agate to the side because her lines were uneven. But again, like then it's like, oh, I can use that. Like I can
Because I
actually
want to
use that
go in a
purposefully,
direction.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to go up. I would like to
Which I
go
think
up.
is very cool in this situation. It's very cool that she adapts. Like I've learned, I made a mistake, but using that mistake, I have learned something about how to use these sigils. And I do think it's hilarious that the witch community hasn't also like adapted that. Like it's everyone is really impressed with these disproportionate sigils providing more power in a certain direct. Like why is that not? It seems silly to me that they haven't fully grasped that as a society. But it's
I don't know if
fun.
I
It's
got
fun.
that from it. I think it was just like the fact that she's so new to this and she figured that concept out was what they were impressed with. That's kind of more what I took from it. But
Sure. Well, I mean, she tries to repair the shoes that she borrowed from Agate and broke. And when she redoes, I don't know if it's in this. Maybe I'm spoiling stuff. Which, if I am, I apologize. But she redraws the sigils on the sylph shoe soles, and she draws it the way she like Coco's way, which means one side is much longer than the other, and therefore it goes much faster than what it should. And it becomes a reoccurring thing that wow, these shoes are insane. Why are they so fast? And it keeps being brought up. It's like, why? Whoa, those shoes are crazy. So I just think it's funny that oh, no one actually thought of doing that before. I don't know. It's fine. It's a cute
maybe
thing.
they just all know it's a bad idea to have
Yeah, I was like, why would you
faster
do
set
that?
shoes.
But anyways, she crafts a sail. She uses the muddy sail of a boat, and she draws these huge straight lines. Puts the sigil above it because she wants to fly up into the air, and she actually makes her own spell for the first time, and is actually able to complete the trial and get the flower at the top of this thing.
So I don't want to get too far past page 155, which I think is one of
Yeah,
the ones you also pulled into your notes, where it's like kind of the like
the
tri
moment.
tri panel page of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mountains, and it's showing it over time as she's crafting her kite. That's another beautiful one. Like we missed a couple other ones that I was gonna maybe call out, so I want to make sure we hit this one because it's just like
sure.
it's such a like gorgeous piece of art full page spread where again I would be content to take this book off my shelf and just look at that page without reading the story again.
And yeah, they do a very cool thing showing the passage of time, like the fact that the scene gets darker. Like there's a bright center panel, and then you can sort of see that it's light on the left side, and it gets darker towards the right. It's
Yeah.
very cool stuff. But yeah, then we get the really Ghibli esque first flight 2-page spread, which is very cute, very cool, really cool panel. Like you can see the panels are sort of like flying up into the air with her. Very
Yep.
fun.
The boat lifting off of the water, also very cool. Again, one of those ones that I would call out as I can't imagine them doing it better in the anime.
Yeah, yeah. I actually haven't watched any of the anime. I'm sure I've heard good things, so I'm sure they did a great job adapting it. How could you not? It's all right here. Just do what they did. Oh, we didn't talk. She found a little cute little guy.
Yeah, the brush buddy.
The brush buddy. Yeah, it's like a fuzzy ferret snake guy. Very cute. But yeah, she successfully completes the trial her way using her magic. And they get back, and Keyfrey has found out that she's trying to do this test and is freaking out about going, trying to save her. And she walks through the door and she hands Agate, "Here, Agate, I got the flower." And Agate is not happy that she got the flower. It's very cute.
And then Keyfray's like, "But actually, you never needed to pass this test because we grandfathered you
You're
in."
already apprentice. Well, you don't have to do that. Though I think she did, like, even just for herself to prove like she is worthy of doing this.
Yeah,
That was
I think
good.
overall probably good. And then that chapter ends with the sinister last page of "So the seed has sprouted." And he does like the brimmed hat there does say like the seed.
Yeah.
So I don't
So
know. I
yeah, we
mean,
get a
it's some
foreboding. Somehow this
credence to
brimmed
like the
hat
only
is,
one.
yeah, like he knew that she was trying the trial, or like maybe he's been following her from a distance and had been watching her attempt this trial the whole time. Very creepy, very sinister. Yeah, and then the chapter 5 is the last one, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Which basically they go to town to go shopping.
Yep. It's wand store time.
Yeah.
Because turns
Shopping
out
episode.
it's not entirely Coco's fault that she can't use the pen she's been given. It's not the right size for her hand.
Yeah, stationery stores, big deal in Japan, I hear. So they're gonna do a stationery store,
Yeah,
which,
stationery stores are pretty good in Japan, by the way. Can confirm.
yeah, I've seen videos. I have not been myself, but I've seen videos and they look very cool. Yeah, so we get cute shots of Coco freaking out about seeing her first like witch settlement with a bunch of witches going about being witchy. And this is another one of the beautiful two-page spreads of her like looking around. She actually sees the masked brimmed hat in an alleyway, which is really creepy. Like there's a black and white like outline of them in a alleyway. She
Yeah,
sees
you
them
can
for a
see
bit.
the eye in there. Yeah.
So creepy. But then she's going to this stationery store, and it's this beautiful shot. And I want everyone. I wish everyone could see it because it. I have not seen a shot like this in other manga, where on one page you can see Coco has walked over a bridge and is walking towards some stairs, and like we were talking about before we recorded, Matt, you don't quite realize this when you're reading it.
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna say I'll put your version of it that you kind of pasted together into the show
yeah.
notes because I think it's better to see it that way than even to see it in print. But I'll let you keep going.
Yeah, so I read these digitally, so I read them one page at a time, so I don't even see these two page spreads typically laid out like this. I did when I was doing notes and stuff, and it really opened my eyes to how beautiful these things are. But on one page, she's walking up these stairs towards you. The next page, she's walking right to left, and then the stairs keep going up and around the corner up into the stationery store. But the way it's laid out, it actually flows with the right perspectives and everything. You can actually like follow Coco going up and around and then up again. It's so beautifully
Yeah, all
done.
the way from like the bottom left of the first page up to like kind of the top right of the second page. If you were
Yeah,
gonna divide it into pages, which you shouldn't, because it's a whole 2-page layout essentially. But
it's beautiful. I love the shot. It might be my favorite one of this volume for sure.
yeah, and I think it doesn't even quite come across in print either, because like in my edition at least, a little bit of it gets buried in the
The binding.
yeah, in the fold, like, so you don't quite catch that it's connected unless you're looking closely. Because like basically all I can see of Coco on the the stairs on the left is like her right foot on the right page, because like the rest of her kind of gets caught in the fold.
Oh,
So
really?
I
That's
think
too
it
bad.
is the rare double page spread that if you have access to it as a double page spread is actually better in digital potentially.
It's so good. But yeah, they go to the stationery store, and I love the shopkeeper with his crazy glasses. Uh, Mr. Noel Noah, something like that, is
Yes.
the shopkeeper. Very cool dude, very quintessential old wizard slash witch with the bushy beard and everything.
Yes, this one is very much like here we are at the wand shop.
Yep. And this is where we find out about the tree that provides the ink, which is also really cool world building. It's interesting that it's like the dead limbs or like some sort of rot or something that is what is deriving this magic ink that is like the entire crux of how
Yeah, it's
or
like
why.
you're pruning the tree and making it healthier and at the same time gaining the ability to wipe people's minds.
Yeah, like I think there's some really cool potential for world building and like why this tree, like the dying branches, there's some like it's not good for the tree that this magic has built up in its limbs. And like
Yeah.
something not good for nature is what is being derived to like power I don't know. There's something there which spoke to me. That was cool.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and we see a glimpse of a young boy in the shop, which we will run into more later. But I thought it was funny that we just see a shot that Coco like is distracted by the young boy working on a wand or a pen as she's running around the store. I like the shot of him working. Like when I was looking at this last time, you realize that he's like crouching over a jar so he can catch like the filings of him whittling the pen. Like I love that it's thought out. Like it's
Yep.
thought and
Yeah.
intent was made. Very
Yeah.
cool.
We understand how this world works and we are weaving it in without being just incredibly obvious about it for the most part.
Yeah. Very, very fun stuff. And yeah, while they're shopping and the girls are running around the store looking at everything, this creepy dude, this creepy brimmed hat mask guy is staring at Coco through the window. Coco sees him and bolts out of the shop to try to catch him because he starts running away. And then the other apprentices are swept up in this race trying to figure out what Coco's doing, why she's running off into a town that she doesn't know. And they all get swept up and run into an alleyway, and all of a sudden they aren't where they think they are anymore. They have been teleported, presumably via a forbidden spell, because I didn't see no portal.
Nope. You sure didn't.
And yeah, they realize that this isn't the same town, and I think it's Tetia who flies up to take a
Yeah.
look.
Yep. And it's like, nope, nope, we're not in Colin anymore. Nope, nope. And it saw me. And they're like, what? It? What's it? It's like, oh, it's a
It's a
dragon.
dragon,
It's a big
which is
ol'
very cool dragon.
yeah, it's a very cool design. Like the four wings, the like I don't know, it's very imposing size versus these these girls.
Yeah, and it looks bestial as opposed to like something that would talk to you. It's not going to talk to the girls. And then we get a scene where Kiefer's like, "Where did my apprentices go?" And the young boy working says, "Yeah, they ran off of after some weird looking witch in a
Guy
mask,
with
the
an
shape of
eyeball
an
mask.
eye."
Yeah. And that witch does say, "You are one and only hope" to Coco, but I
Yeah,
think it's only because she's the only one who's managed to figure it out somehow. Like we've distributed
I don't
dozens
know
of
that
picture books, and no one
it's
has figured.
it is a slight spoiler, but they do keep referring to her as special, like the chosen one, or I don't know if it's word for word that, but there's something like that in
Yeah,
later
it's been a little bit since I've
encounters.
read like not the bookends in my collection, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. Like I've read
sure.
this volume obviously because we were going to talk about it, and like I've been reading kind of the more current ones, but yeah, it's been a little bit since I read the middle section. So
Yeah, they do more of the trials that the apprentices need to do, and yeah, it doesn't go to plan. But yeah, they refer to her as I don't know what's going on. They're setting up some stuff that hasn't quite paid off yet, so we'll have to see.
yeah, 14 volumes in. I mean, I will say, I think, and you can. I'm curious if you
Yeah,
agree. Like, I will say, having read it, it doesn't ever feel really like it's padded to me. It does feel like it's moving forward, even if it's slowly. The world
yeah,
fills out, and like I like seeing the world fill out. I think you would agree with that too, because you're a world building guy. But
yeah.
I don't think I've ever, because there are definitely manga that I read that I'm like, I'm kind of like not super satisfied with the pace of this. Like even Spy Family, which I really love, and we're still like buying that and current with it. I'm like, we could go a little bit faster towards the end goal here. Like we
Sure.
could speed it up. And I don't think I've had that with this.
I will say the last few volumes, there's a big event that's built up to. They've stuck. It's been that event for the last 4 to 5 volumes. So
Okay.
it kind of slows down in that way. There's stuff is happening, but it's not like it moves at a more of a pace up to that point, and then it becomes this event, and we're there at that event.
Okay. I
So,
think I know what we're talking about, but we'll leave it
yeah,
there
I
for
don't want to spoil anything.
sake of
But
the
like,
listeners.
I was getting kind of tired of it the last volume or so, but this I just read the most recent one, and it gets better for me. So I think they're doing a good job with what they've got. I have faith that they're gonna keep things moving.
I do want to call out just before we get away from this volume story, and I think potentially probably talk about the back matter too, because you're not going to let me
Yes,
get away without talking about the back matter. But
yes.
before we do that, I do
Okay.
want to like quickly bring up there's break in the scene on page 191. So like up to
Mhm.
that point in chapter 5, or like this portion of chapter 5, it's Keyfrey and Master Nonoa and the girls, and they're prancing around the shop and everything's hunky dory. And like at the end of page 191, there's an elongated panel that breaks from the other panels on the page, and that like it doesn't have defined borders, like it breaks into the gutters. It's a
Mm.
dramatic shot of Coco looking out the window, and we're gonna see what she sees on the next page. But like it very abruptly, by design, like knocks you out of this rhythm of like magical fun innocent great times that you're in
Yeah.
up to that point, and like kicks you back into the like, oh hey, there's a dark side of this, and it's kind of creepy also. And I think just that little sequence tells you a lot about the book, and also kind of the artistic, I'm gonna go with mastery, I don't know, like the artistic intent and like
Yeah.
level of care on display, where you're very much doing this one thing and you're doing it very well, like illustrating this particular type of scene of girls prancing around the magic shop, and then very by design kick it into a completely different tone by elongating the panel, like doing
By
a dramatic
breaking the.
shadow, and then doing the
Yeah.
creepy page turn where the magical eye guy is just staring at her through the window. So like again, the book knows what it's doing, and I think that is very evident just in that one little sequence, which I think would be potentially easy to miss if you're not looking for it. But the details matter, and I think they make the book overall.
Yeah. Absolutely. The panel work in this is just really, yeah, masterful
Yeah.
is a good word for it.
You want to talk about back matter?
There's info screen. Oh, Matt, I loved this book reading it, and then they give me info pages that break down. Oh, you liked this magic system? Here, we're gonna break it down for you. Ah, it's great. I love it so
Yeah,
much.
it's good actually. I mean, like it's done very well. Again, the layout of it is nice. It's broken out into bits of information that are digestible. Like it's good. I
It
like the map.
speaks to me
Map
like
good.
this author's. You know that she worked out and has these notes. You know that she worked out all this stuff. I love it. It's so good.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
the
and just
quintessential like map and the next one also really good, just to get a bearing of like what this place looks like and like the distances between all the things. Love it.
yeah, and just draws you further into the world, right? Like none of it is stuff that you couldn't really extrapolate from what is already in the book, but it's just nice to see it all laid out, and it also does let you kind of put some of the pieces together yourself too for later on. Yeah, it's good.
So good, Matt. All comics. All comics should do this.
No, not all comics should
No,
do
all of them. No,
this.
we're doing it. Putting my foot down.
There are some that don't need to do it. There are some that do it. So like the one I always think of when we get to these sorts of things to compare it against, because I know you really liked it and I just could not every single time. Um the monstrous pages where it was just
I
like
love
walls
those.
of text. It's like, oh, I can't with this. Cannot. Versus this one where it's infographics and it's divided up well and it's very cleanly designed and it's nice. It's like 10 out of 10.
I'll take it. Take any of it. Give it to me. It's just like if you're gonna do a bunch of world building and like just flex it, you know? Show the people. That's what I say.
Yeah, but design it well and don't make it into a wall of text, please. Because if I want to
You
read a
know
book, I'll
what?
read a book.
Not
I'm
all of
reading a
them are
comic
wall of
book.
text. Not all of them are wall of text. Okay, calm down. I will
Do you
say I
have
enjoyed this more
anything?
than Monstrous, but yeah, go ahead.
Do you have anything else that you want to make sure we hit while we're still talking about the story?
Let's see if we could cover all my things. I think we did. Coco, brimmed hats. Oh, I just had a quick like. Do you think the identity of this guy is going to be important? Like just looking at Volume 1, nothing
The
else.
brimmed hat guy,
The antagonist that they've
the
been
magic
building up.
eyeball man.
Yeah, Eyeball Man.
Um,
Like it's got to be right. It can't like the if he's just like a random
I mean, I would assume that he and Kiefer have maybe
have a
met
past, have some
before.
history or something.
Yeah, like that would be the only thing. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't think we've been introduced to enough people or
I mean,
to
this
know
might be
who this is.
somewhat of a spoiler, but I think you could have made the connection. The fact that the eyeball is a big symbol for this guy, and Kiefer, for whatever reason, has
Is missing an eye,
a
which I didn't
blacked
even
out.
notice for a while,
Yeah,
honestly, reading it. And I was like, oh, this is very important, actually.
eyes are a thing, and the fact that that's like the one defining characteristic of this antagonist. Interesting. There's a
Yeah.
line connecting the two. I don't know, and they haven't fully like nothing's. It's still a mystery. I'll say that.
What if it is Kiefer? No, it's not.
I don't think it is, but
What
I
if
did
it's
think they were
Kiefer's
sort of.
clone made using forbidden magic?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's like, be careful what you look up online because people have been theorizing like crazy. So now with the anime out, I can't imagine it's going to explode like crazy.
Do
Um,
we actually know at this point in the books, like where you like if you're caught up on the manga, do we know anything about this person? Because again, it's been a bit since I checked
e-
in on the mid stuff, so I
I
don't know.
think when we meet other brimmed, I think during the next trial we meet a brimmed hat, and this other guy also shows up, and we get a name for him. Like they call each other by name. Other than
Okay.
that, I don't know much else.
Okay. So TBD.
Yeah, there's still lots of mysteries around
Mysteries. Yeah.
what who the brimmed hats are and what their motivations are and all that jazz.
And again, like the politics of the world develop further, so like we learn more about the
Yeah,
brimmed hats, we learn more about like witches'
the
relationship with
society.
normal
Yeah,
humans and like normal human cities and how that works. Um
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, it's a good book.
really
It's a good series.
it is. It really is, and it's exciting to have a good series that obviously has a lot of pride in it. Like you can tell the people making it take pride in the work they're doing, which is great.
I feel like in the
Love it.
volume I was reading most recently, which is 11, there was like a chapter where basically Shirahama was like kind of taking a chapter to just be like, man, I feel like I'm not up to snuff, but I'm gonna draw a manga anyways. And it's like, manga's still beautiful. It's like talking about, it's like having the characters talk about like what you do when you're stuck in like a rut, like you have like spell
Yeah,
block essentially instead of writer's block or whatever. It's like, okay, that's fine. Like this is you're doing a like beautiful illustrations about the fact that you have writer slash artist block. Cool.
yeah. I mean, there is something beautiful about the fact that this fantasy story is about magic wrought through pen and ink, and it's
Yeah, and like
done
it's very.
through
I think
such
it's
beautiful illustrate. Like this author put pen to paper and made these magical, beautiful images for us, which is it's great.
which that's stated in this volume at the end, right? Where it's yeah, sparked by a casual comment from a friend who mentioned that the process of bringing an illustration into the world seemed just like magic. And we sure have gotten 14 volumes out of that casual
Heck yeah,
comment.
very cool. And yeah, I do love the fact that like at the crux of it is exploring like this is an ability and a power that anyone can do, but is being kept away,
Yep.
kept secreted because they don't trust people to use it quote unquote properly.
Yeah, and right now Coco's just like excited to have the power, and soon
Yeah,
I think starts thinking about the ramifications of being a
it keeps
person who
coming
has
like
that power.
yeah, and it keeps coming up. Different like aspects of it keep like confronting her. Like, oh, this is a whole like yeah, it's really fun. It's really well
Yeah,
done.
it's very thoughtful in examining that in a way that I think if you just looked at the cover, you may not get that from it. You would instead just get like, oh, cute girl has magical adventures. There is nuance and thought and layers to it that keep us reading.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would recommend, if you like it, keep going because it doesn't drop in quality.
So what else do you have to recommend, Pat? Now that you're
Well,
through 14 volumes of this, what else will you read?
well, what else have I read? You mean?
Yes. The old, if you like this, we think you'll like that.
Yes. Right now, the talk is going around the fact that this manga series, along with the Furin Beyond Journey's End series, as well as the Delicious in Dungeon series, are like quote unquote the big fantasy mangas. All of them are now being adapted into animes. All of them, I think, are really good, like really well crafted fantasy stories. I would recommend any and all of them. If you liked this, I think you will like the other two.
Tell me more about A Delicious in Dungeon, because like Frieren we've talked about, we've done a podcast episode on. Go back and listen to it. I've written about it on the blog a couple times too. Like we're big
Yeah,
Frieren fans here. Like so,
hell yeah.
if you want to learn more about that one, go find our other Frieren content. Is a set of words I just said, but tell me more about Delicious in Dungeon, because that one I know less about.
Yeah, I think I've recommended it in the past, probably from Furin, if there's any
Most
indication.
likely, yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious in dungeon is more of like a D&D dungeon crawling kind of thing. They're literally delving into a dungeon, but the whole trope, the whole thing is that they can't afford supplies, but they need to go and rescue one of the main character's sister got eaten by a dragon. This is a magical dungeon that if you die in it, you can still be resurrected. Like the priest can still resurrect a dead corpse because of this magical dungeon. So his sister has been killed and eaten by a dragon, but she isn't gone forever. So they need to go down and defeat this dragon and get her out of the dragon so that she can be resurrected.
Hmm.
They failed killing the dragon, so they don't have money. So this party has decided that they are going to live off the dungeon. They're going to kill monsters and eat monsters as opposed to paying for the supplies and lugging all the supplies down into the dungeon.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And they meet a dwarf who lives in the dungeon and is so excited to share his knowledge of how to probably prepare these monsters. And it's a whole like I don't know if you've watched anything like Food Wars or anything. Probably not. I'm talking to
No,
you.
no, I don't watch those.
It's kind of a trope in anime or even Ghibli films. Like when they're making food, it's gorgeous. It looks so delicious. And the joke here is that they're killing these monstrosities and the raw materials are really gross, but then they like cook it up and it becomes these like gorgeous,
Somehow make
delicious
like
looking
great
food.
gourmet foods.
Yes, and it's so good. The characters are great. There's a paladin guy who's leading them. There's an elf mage who like really is not into eating monsters and freaks out every single time when they're like cutting up the monsters and stuff. But then she takes a bite and it's like the most delicious thing, and she hates herself that it's so good. It's very funny. There's a not a hobbit, but whatever the equivalent of a non-Tolkien-esque hobbit, rogue, and he's great. He's just like no, not
Hashtag not a hobbit.
yeah, basically, it's good if you like D&D. I would highly recommend this. It's really funny. All the characters are great, and what's really awesome is that it's done, Matt. It's finished. You can
That
read the
is
whole
nice,
thing.
actually. I do wonder partially, like, because I don't know. I feel like there's been a maybe this is just 'cause I've been paying more attention, but there's like a semi recent resurgence of like manga and anime in my mind, right? Like
Yeah,
where a lot of stuff has gotten very popular recently, and I feel like a lot of it has gone on for quite some time, and part of the reason it's going on for quite some time is because it's very popular. So I'm
yeah.
kind of curious to see how that plays out in the long term. Like if some of these series would go as long
Should
as
have
they've been
ended.
going if
Yeah,
they were not as popular as they are and needed to maintain like publishers and sales and money and animes and all that stuff. So, anyways,
Sure.
it's always nice to see a completed one.
And it is, and it's satisfying. I've purchased and read the entire thing. It's a really fun story. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I just have a couple other, like Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorites. It's like one of the quintessential cornerstone manga anime. So Full Metal Alchemist, if you like drawing magic, let me tell you, there's lots of scary
Got it,
circles
yeah.
in Full Metal Alchemist. And then yeah, this is the generic Kiki's delivery service. Can't go wrong. You like cute witches doing cute things? Kiki will deliver. Ha!
How long did it take you to think of that one today?
I just stumbled into it, Matt. I'm just so good. Just
Beautiful. You're so
naturally.
good at podcasting.
I know. And I think you have also watched this one, The Owl House. It was a Disney animated series. I thought you had said you had watched it. Maybe not.
Let me look. No, this does not look familiar to me.
Fair enough. Maybe I tried to recommend it to you.
I
Because
don't
you like
watch
Steven
things,
Universe. You watch Steven Universe at a time, so at one point you could watch these things.
I watch like
Anyways.
one thing a year, Pat.
Well, if
I'm
you
rewatching
like,
Lost right now, so I'm booked up for 2026.
stop rewatching Lost. Stop. Yeah, the creator of Owl House has said that she was inspired by Witch Hat Atelier, and you can really see it. It's a cute story about a young girl who gets isekai slash Wizard of Oz slash Alice in Wonderland into into a magical world. She's a human with other non-human people, cute characters, fun stuff. Check it out. If you like this, check out Owl House, the Owl House. It's good. So there's my 5 or 6 recommendations. But what do you got?
I always only bring one at this point because I feel like we always have a lot. I am going to recommend the Image Comics series Kaya, which is ongoing currently. I think there's like 5 volumes. It is mostly by Wes Craig who does writing and art. So it's kind of got that manga feeling from that perspective of like one person is kind of controlling the majority of the creative. And the art is very different from this. It's more of like a Jack Kirby, Mike Mignola sort of style, but it's just as beautiful as this. Like I think it's very well done. Another artist who's very good at paneling and page layouts. And it's a kind of like future fantasy story where it's teenage girl and her younger stepbrother, and her younger stepbrother is supposedly the chosen one, and they're on the run from robots and like kind of on the run, but also befriended lizard people, and like it's just like it's a neat world that Wes Craig plays around in, and if you enjoy Witch Hat Atelier, I think you'd enjoy that one too because it's a very similar style and like storytelling sensibility, even if it doesn't like look one-to-one art style wise. So Kaya would be my recommendation if you liked Witch Hat Atelier.
Cool.
Wes Craig is actually coloring it himself now I look at this, because the other names I recognize are not colorists, I don't think, on the cover of Kaya. So I think it's Jason Wordy. Jason Wordy is the colorist. Tom Napolitano is the letterer, and then World Design does some design work, I believe. So, yeah, it's a good one. I was saying before we started talking, Pat. Like I had a comics order like ready to go, and it was basically like the 3 volumes of Witch Hat Atelier I'm missing, and Kaya Volume 5. So that might also be why it's on my mind. But like they're similar in my mind for that reason too. Of like teenage girl fantasy stories, and then kind of go in very different directions from there.
Cool.
But I think that will do it for our discussion of Witch Hat Atelier. As always, if you want to get in touch with Pat or myself, you can email us at waitingonthetrade@gmail.com. You can also find more comics-related goodness, including, I think, a couple blog posts about Witch Hat Atelier. I wrote about Volume 1 and Volume 4, and the aforementioned Freerin content at mattreadscomics.com. Pat, I'm sorry you didn't get to discuss this with Cal. Hopefully we did a good enough job with just you and me.
I think we would have had another hour or so if Cal was here. So
gonna say we kept it tight too for ourselves, so that's nice. I think you'll thank us for that later.
Yes. Yeah.